Lounge. Coach Rance, Gillespie, the coach of the Valdosta Wildcats, is our next coach to speak today. 89 wins, 36 as a coach, as a head coach in Georgia. He's been an assistant, very successful assistant coach as well. This is his third year at Valdosta High School. 83 last year, region champions. And although Coach Johnson offered me $5 not to mention that he won one of the most incredible comeback games I think anybody's ever seen last year in that Louisville Classic. Won 2 state finals while coaching at Peach County. Was also an assistant at Georgia Southern before coming to Valdosta High School. Played at the University of Georgia, and I know he's excited about the upcoming season. Please welcome head coach Rance Gillespie.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate the opportunity to come and speak with you today. And, I'm certainly honored to represent Valdosta High School here today. I really don't know where to start. There's been a lot of things that have been going on at Valdosta over the last 6 months. We've had some coaching changes. We've had the region change. Like Coach said, we had a quarterback transfer. You'd think, Coach, that y'all got 1,000 more students than we do. You wouldn't have to come to Valdosta to get quarterback. But anyway, there's a lot of things that have been going on over the last 6 months. I guess the thing is with the coaching changes that we have been so blessed with our staff. Once again, we really have. It's kind of like starting over in some respects, but it's really provided us with an energy at Valdosta. So we've got 6 new guys that are coming in. Actually 7 because we actually added a coach on the defensive side of the ball. And so we'll have 2 guys that will be coaching our secondary this year. And those guys, one of them, this is a first for me, but one of those guys actually played for me at Peach County. His name's Eric Solomon. He'll come in and coach our safeties, and then Sean Sharple has been in our program as a 9th grade coach. He's going to coach our corners. Really excited about our linebacker coach, Wayne Groves. Wayne was the defensive coordinator from Paulding and at North Paulding actually, and we're excited about him. He brings a lot of energy, a lot of knowledge to the table. Stacy Duckworth is going to come in and coach our D-line, and Stacy is familiar with this region. Was at Tifton for a number of years. And then on the offensive side of the ball, a couple of new faces over there as well. Dondrell Pinkins, who was the head coach at Mitchell County for the last couple of years, will be our wide receivers coach. Dondrell brings a lot to the table as far as knowledge, as far as the way he handles our kids. So really excited about him. Guy that I actually did my student teaching under, and that I think the world of, and a very smart football coach, is coming in to do our running backs. He's been head coach at Madison County in Georgia for the last 8 to 10 years, and he'll come in and do our running backs. And then Ken Eldridge, who was the head coach at Coffee last year, will do our tight ends and concentrate on our special teams. Ken's certainly an asset to our staff. So a lot of changes from that perspective, but just an outstanding staff. I think that especially in this job, that's probably the most important thing that you got, is being able to put together a good staff. That's certainly what attracted me to the job to begin with. Is when I spoke with Dr. Kaysen, and originally he told me that I'd be able to put together the staff that I wanted, and he's certainly stuck behind that. And we're really excited about the men that are going to be working in our program. Since spring practice, our football team is really kind of changed. We're really excited about what we got coming back on the offense. We got 8 guys coming back on that side of the ball. And potentially the best line of scrimmage that we've had since I've been here at Valdosta. We got a bunch of guys that played there last year. And, every year's a little bit different, so that's the reason I say potentially, but they're all back. 4 of the 5 guys up front are back, and we've got really 2 guards that both started at different times of the year, and then we'll take one of our guards and bump him out to tackle. So it's like having 5 starters back on the offensive line of scrimmage. I've never had that before, and it's certainly a luxury, and they're certainly the core and where we start on offense. So those guys, we're really excited about those. I think we've got 2 really good playmakers at tight end. We've been doing a lot of the summer passing league stuff. That's an important part of what we do throughout the summer. And those 2 guys have been making a lot of plays for us, and that's Montre Minto and Taiwan Smith. Both those guys have had great summers. Looking forward to big things out of them. Our receiving group, we lost a couple of guys that made some plays for us out there, and we were kind of, optimistic about what we had coming back at that position, but they had just never been out. And then, of course, the passing leagues and things that we've done over the course of the summer have given us an opportunity to see what they can do, and they have not disappointed at all. Alex Casey will play what we call our X along with Bradley Falco, and both of those guys have come along and made a bunch of plays for us throughout the summer. And then Sherrod Inman and Yardley Payne will play the other spot. And in what we do, we really like to have 4 to 5 to 6 guys that can plug in at those receiver spots. We've got a couple of young guys that finish out our receiving corps. Running back is another position that we feel pretty blessed with. Both the kids that got the majority of our carries last year are back, and Nelson Herring and Malcolm Joseph, and both of them have put on a little bit of weight and gotten a little bit faster. So we really feel like the year under their belt, they'll be better football players this year. Fullback position's a little bit up in the air, but we've got a couple of guys that have been working hard there. We feel like that'll solidify itself. And then the quarterback is probably another strength of our football team. We've got 3 guys at that position that are 3 really good football players. They're very smart kids. They're very good kids. Any of the 3 could be the poster boy for our football program, and they're all 3 good quarterbacks. Shelby Wilkes is our starter, and he's a returner from last year. He started about the 4th game and then never looked back, and went on to an all-region season, and certainly he's a very important part of what we do offensively. We put a lot on those kids, and he can handle it and get us going. Defensively, we're a totally different story on that side of the ball. And I think that's where, if you kept up with us throughout the course of the summer, you've seen the most change. We lost 8 guys on that side of the ball. And we've all started with Mike Wakefield, Maurice Freeman, sorry about that, Coach, Maurice Faison, and Randy Cook. We wish we had players that were 6'4". And those guys are kind of bell cows for our football program, and they were leaders. Jonathan Hester, all of those guys were great leaders for our defensive football team. I think that's the biggest void that we have to fill on that side of the ball. Is getting a couple of these young guys that have not had to fill that role to step up and do it. The 3 guys that we got back over there in the secondary, we got Jaquez Jelks. He started pretty much every football game last year. And then we've got 2 guys up front with Darius Sapp and Shudney Johnson. All 3 really good football players. And then, so everybody else, everywhere else is brand new. And if you watched us this spring, we didn't look very good. There were days that we were all kind of scratching our head and disappointed. But as we started getting through spring, they kind of started understanding where to fit. And once they started understanding where to fit, they increased their speed of play. And once they started increasing their speed of play, they got a little bit tougher to block and a little bit tougher to move the ball. So I really think the defense really improved over the course of the spring, that 10 days, but I think they've improved even more over the course of the summer. We've spent the last couple of days over in Moultrie at a passing tournament, And at the beginning of the summer, we had gone to Burns, and I think by the time we got to Burns, we kind of understood really where we were supposed to be, but it wasn't instinctive. And then by the time we got to Moultrie the last couple of days, I do think that we're playing a lot faster on that side of the ball. There's still a couple of plays that we feel like we've got to make with our secondary and our linebackers in order to be a great football team. But I know one thing. I know that they're going to be coached really well. Alan Rodemaker's our defensive coordinator, and he's as good as there is in the state. So those guys will play hard and will make a lot of improvements throughout the course of the year. So, but we battle because it is a tough region. You've got 2 new teams coming in to what was already the best region probably in the country. You know, it's certainly a very, very competitive region, and there's always 4 or 5 teams out of our region that can go on and win the state championship each and every year. And like one of the coaches mentioned earlier, it's not just the fact that you got to line up and play Moultrie, or you got to line up and play Lowndes. It's the fact that you got to line up and you got to play Lowndes, in Moultrie, in Camden, and there's not a week off in there. And I think the team that comes out of this region will be the teams that have the mental discipline to be at their best each and every Friday night. And that's not always easy to get a football team at their physical best, mental best, spiritual best each and every Friday night. That's quite a challenge. So, you know, and then you got to be lucky, you got to stay healthy, because it will be a physical region. It'd be great for you guys, though. Be a lot of entertainment and a lot of rolades on our part. So, but we're looking forward to it. Nothing like football in South Georgia, and just really proud to be a part of it. Thank you.